Licensing. Let's talk about DAZ Studio licensing. That is another thing that is that The Alchemist was asking about. The Alchemist was watching the recent DAZ stream as well as many of my videos. Thank you for tuning in, Alchemist. So he says, what can I actually do with DAZ Studio figures output? So whatever I do with DAZ Studio, what's the licensing agreement? What is it that I can do with the output? Can I use it commercially? And you know, what's the lowdown, Jay? Tell me. And the best thing I can suggest for that is you head over to the DAZ3D website and then scroll to the very bottom, at the very bottom, and you see this thing here, which is called the licensing agreement. And that has a lot of words in it, and I suggest you read it carefully because I'm not a lawyer, but I can give you my interpretation of it. It has three parts to it: the end user license agreement. And before you even create an account on the DAZ3D website, before you even download anything, even free content, you have to agree to any of these terms. So that's important to know. So you must be logged in to sign the license agreement. And once you've signed it, you can then go and purchase items or get free items and then use them in your work. So you have there's three parts to this license agreement. So the first one is the general license agreement. We're going to go through that. Then the second one is the academic addendum. We don't really worry about that so much, but the third one is interesting, which is the interactive license addendum. So it's been through a few iterations. Oh, there's also the forum and gallery submissions addendum. So that's another part, but that is just so that you can use the service as I understand it. So disclaimer, I'm not a lawyer. What I'm telling you might be completely wrong, but this is what I live by, and it kind of, you know, it works for me. There's even a fifth one for commercial 3D print add-on license. So there we go. So essentially what this first part here says, this general license agreement, it says that you can install DAZ Studio as well as the content on an unlimited number of computers to work with. So you on your own computer. So if you have 3 systems or 5 systems or 10 systems, you can go and install all the content that you own, that you bought from the Daz Store, on all these computers. It's perfectly legal. You can do that. You can also let them render at all these at the same time simultaneously if you want to do that. You can do that too. And most importantly, what the Alchemist and many other users are probably interested in, anything that you render out of DAZ Studio, anything that's a 2D picture that comes out of DAZ Studio, you can use commercially. You can give it away for free, you can make money with it, you can create book covers, visual novels with it, doesn't matter what you want to do, you can sell it for vast amounts of money. Anything that's a render that comes out of DAZ Studio in any shape or form, if it's a 2D picture, you can use. And for that, that's the regular license. So if you put a product in your shopping cart with no interactive license on top of it, you can do that. Once you buy it, you can go and render it out in any shape or form, and the 2D output of that product, of that scene that you create, is all yours to keep. So that's as simple as that. This means still images as well as walking crab images. So I can go and sell this crab now, the animation that I've made, the still image that I've made, and sell it commercially and keep 100% of the profits. That's what that means, and it's perfectly legal to do that. So an animation is just a series of 2D images. That's why an animation is just as possible as one still image. So that's what you can do. What you cannot do is resell the content as is. So if you download something, let's say a custom figure that you've made, or that somebody's made, you download that, you can amend it in DAZ Studio, you can do all kinds of things with it. You can take it to Blender, and anything that's a 2D render that comes out of the other end, perfectly legal to use. What you cannot do is take the 3D geometry, modify it, or leave it as is, and then sell that as a 3D thing. That you cannot do. You cannot use anything that is the 3D object in a product that you buy. You can't do that. You can use it, which is why the third amendment comes in here, the interactive license addendum. Some products, or most products actually on the store that you see, they have a tick box that says add an interactive license to it. Let me just go see if I can find one just randomly picking the first product, this one, the Kiko 8.1 Warrior Bundle. You've got this thing here, which is the interactive license. If you buy this product for the $119.95, you can use any 2D output you create. If you add the interactive license to this on top of it, so you need to own the product and the interactive license, then you can use content from this product in something that will use the 3D geometry. So you can't give it away as is, or as a rigged figure made for, I don't know, Cinema 4D or for Blender. You can't do that, but you can give the 3D geometry away if you have the interactive license for things that you make in Unreal Engine or Unity or any other 3D interactive presentation. So programs that need the 3D geometry to operate, so that the user can basically go and have a camera pan around the whole 3D object, or look at it from all sides, like VR avatars or whatever you want to build with it, video games or interactive 3D presentations. For the Unity or the Unreal Engine or whatever engine you use will need the 3D geometry to present the user with the relevant data on their 2D screen. So if you have the interactive license, you can include those types of products in your build project. So that means you can build the project, and it'll be kind of a binary that people can execute, but people can't extract the 3D geometry from it as if it were a 3D product. So the point is, you can't take this product and go and sell it on Renderosity or on your Ko-fi store. You can't do that, but you can include it with the interactive license. You can include the 3D geometry in things that will need it to display their own content, like video games or other interactive presentations. That's what that license agreement says, but don't take my word for it. Disclaimer, do not take my word for this. This is how I see it. This is what I read into it. Once again, if you want to read this yourself, you would have already agreed to this license agreement before you started downloading products. But if you want to see where that is, go to the front page of DAZ3D, DAZ3D.com, and then at the very bottom of the page you see the licensing agreement. Read it carefully, and that will answer most of your questions. I hope that made it clear, Alchemist. I hope you got a lot out of this, and you know, I wish you all the best of success with all your 2D and interactive 3D projects.